Welcome everyone, this is MindBlaster. I got some good information here for you guys. My last post or video that I posted was on Kenny Veach, the M Cave, and how I thought that it correlated with the tall whites that Charles Hall talked about. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit and show you guys some of the facts that kind of I put two and two together, and this is what I think. So let me know what you think down below. But here we go. So first of all, this is a article here from soulask.com. I'll post the links down below. But this is 10 secrets about tall white aliens revealed by Charles Hall. Now, Charles Hall is famous for his book series Millennial Hospitality. The author is actually an U.S. Air Force personnel and wrote the books to reveal his experiences with the tall white aliens. When he was posted at the Nellis Air Force Base at Nevada in the year 1964, initially he wrote his experience under the cover of a science fiction in his books. Later he summoned up more courage to reach the mass and confess that the things he revealed in his books are all real and extraterrestrials actually exist and have infiltrated into various strata of the society. His revelations form strong evidence in proving that tall white aliens do exist. So here's 10 shocking claims that Charles Hall makes about the tall white aliens in his books. Number 1, Hall was attacked in the mid-desert by a group of the tall whites who wounded him badly, mainly on the neck region, and he could have bled to death if he did not press his wound against the earth with his body weight. The aliens wounded him and then observed him fight the battle of life and death. The photo here. There's no description on that photo, but number 2, Hall was hypnotized by the tall whites, and he admits it. That's Mr. Charles Hall there, and that is his depiction of the tall whites. I believe he drew that picture. Number 3, the tall whites carry a pencil-like weapon with them. This helps them hypnotize, kill, control, and torture the humans. The weapon releases signals which interacts with some ions in the human body and can thus help in controlling humans. Crazy drawing there. Number 4, Hall was addressed as teacher's pet by the ETs. They treated him as a pet, and as they have a preference for class, they always took interest interacting with the higher-ranking military officers and neglected the junior and lower-class people. Number 5, they came from the star Arcturus, or something resembling the word, which they revealed to Hall. The star is almost 36 to 105 light years away from Earth. They always tried to hide this detail, which somehow Hall knew in part because of the telepathic link he had established with them and could catch some of their mental conversation and signals. Number 6, Hall's observations of the aliens suggest that they used the Earth as a middle point in their path between their home star and another destination. The U.S. Air Force buildings and bases with their heights and dimensions suggest to Hall that these have been built by the U.S. government while keeping in mind the security and safety and needs of the tall whites. Number 7, Hall could catch a glimpse of one of their aircrafts and could understand the technology somewhat, which was based on supercoiled fiber optics and many more complicated tools. As a result, the crafts were weightless and could fly against gravity easily. Number 8, once Hall got the opportunity to slip through an unguarded hangar door of an aircraft and found out that the door panel has 2 rows of touch buttons which were new to the humans at that time. The car touch buttons had pictorials on it and hieroglyphic type symbols on them, which resembled the ancient Egyptian style. Number 9, There is a children's playground at one side of the desert where the kids of the aliens can play. Number 10. The landing of the spacecraft through which the tall whites arrived always happened on a particular position of the Earth, Sun, and Moon combo. This offered a smooth descent for their aircraft. I got some other ones here I'm going to bring up. Now, this is an article from paulaharris.com. I'll post a link down below. Now, this is a location that Charles Hall describes as where the tall whites are. Now, it says right here, alien housing area. Right here, alien hangar entrance. Let me scroll down a little bit. This is Dogbone Lake. This says Indian Springs Valley. I'm going to post a link down below so you guys can get a better view of this. But okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. So Kenny Veach was the hiker that went missing in the area. And I brought up the location roughly where this M cave is. Now, this is a satellite image here, and it's zoomed out. But this over here, where my cursor is, that's Indian Springs. Charles Hall said he was stationed right here by Indian Springs, and this was part of Nellis Air Force Base, which is down over here. And he worked all throughout here. Now, this is Dogbone Lake, and the tall whites are supposed to be all within here. Now, this little red dot right here is Picture Canyon, which is right close to the area where Kenny went missing. So, Charles Hall said these tall whites inhabited these areas in 1964. Isn't it possible that they could have expanded their area, and when Kenny Veach went missing in 2014, they were over in this area? And for what it sounds like, they could have been hostile in some regards. So, it's just my theory that maybe they caught Kenny Veach and whatever happened, or possibly the U.S. government. And they didn't want them seeing something that he saw. But I think it's just crazy that Dogbone Lake right here, and let me go back to the Dogbone Lake right here. This is exactly where, there's another picture of it there. This is exactly where Charles Hall said the tall whites were. This was in 1964. And if they're still here, which they probably are, they expanded their base, which is Dogbone Lake right here, right next to where Kenny Veach went missing. Anyways, guys, I'm going to post all the links. Let me know what you think. Have a great night.